Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing a demo. This is not a first impression video. I've already been using this foundation for the past week. So this is gonna be like overall review of this product. I'm also gonna be doing an application showing you how I like to apply it. So this is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. I just finished applying it. I'm wearing it right now, and I'm gonna be checking in periodically throughout the day. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And the shade that I'm using of this foundation is Fawn, which is medium skin with neutral to golden undertones, which is a really great undertone for me. Neutral to golden. Sometimes golden is too gold, so this is good. Now, this foundation, I remember when it first started getting posted, everybody was kind of like, whoa, why isn't it 1 ounce? Because it's $38 for this bottle of foundation and it only has 0.68 ounces in it. Most foundations, like high-end foundations, just most foundations in general, typically have around an ounce, something around an ounce of foundation in here. Now, my go-to foundation is Armani Luminous Silk. This product, I believe, is like $62. I do bounce around a lot from foundation to foundation, but this one I feel like is a really good medium buildable coverage foundation. This is a $60 foundation. It's very, very expensive. The one reason I really love this is because of the coloring. I feel like it has a really good olive undertone to it. This has an ounce. This is 0.68 ounces. This will probably last me 10 times longer than this product will. I use like 3 full pumps of this every time I put this on. And with this one, you only need probably a half a pump for your whole face. It is really, really concentrated. It's very full coverage. Like I remember the first time I used it, I put a full pump on my plate and I dipped my beauty blender in there and it was, covering the whole base of the blender. And I was putting it on my face and at the end I was like, get off my beauty blender. There's too much product still on here. That's something to keep in mind. Like, yes, it does have less product, but it's way more concentrated. And the way that I like to use this is I like to mix it. Now, for filming this video, I'm gonna be using it all over my whole face. So that way you can really see it, and I'll check in throughout the day so that way you guys can see how the finish looks. But that is not my desired way of using this product. I like to mix it with this one. Foundations now are they're coming out with such full coverage. Like this is probably the most full coverage foundation I've ever used. A lot of people like really, really full coverage. For me, it's just a little bit too much, but I think this is good to use as a mixer. I feel like it's gonna be a good event makeup, wedding makeup. If you want something that just really covers whatever your areas are that you want more coverage, I think this is gonna be a great product. I feel like this is one where you wish you could get a sample and test it out, although the sample would probably last you hella long and you would never need to actually buy it. So I'm gonna show you guys how much I put out onto my little tray. That's how much I'm gonna use to start. Seriously, by the end of this, I'm like, get off my beauty blender, please. Stop it, go away, it's too much. So I have it on my beauty blender like this. I used this beauty blender yesterday, so it's not like hella clean, don't judge me, okay? And I did not do any spot concealing on my face because with this foundation, you don't really need to. For this foundation, I use the Mercier Hydrating Primer. This one is a little bit more hydrating than the Makeup Forever primer that I typically use. So I'm gonna say I use like 1/3 of a pump. I'm going to get my nails done today and they never see me with makeup on. They're probably not even gonna know who I am. All right, let's get a little zoom in. Here is like a very light layer. I've learned to just do less instead of starting with a lot, because if you start with a lot, it gets like, whoa. When I first used it, I noticed like around my nose, I felt like it just kind of layered over and didn't kind of like penetrate into the pores on the nose. The more I'm using it, the more I'm realizing I just like to start with a smaller layer and kind of press it into the skin instead of starting with like a big ol' honk of foundation. Now, I didn't even put any really like on my forehead yet, so I'm just gonna do like a tiny, this is like a micro pump. That doesn't even count as a pump. Like that right there. But if you want, you can get the fullest coverage. If you go ham on your face, you're not gonna see anything. So the way I'm applying it right now is not the first way that I applied it. This is the way that I prefer to do it. The first time I did it, it was like, boom, and I was like, whoa. All right, so now I'm taking a little bit more foundation, and I'm gonna show you guys if you wanna add more coverage, this is how I like to do it instead of doing it on the whole face, is you can just come in and add some more coverage. I really like the undertone in this shade. So with this foundation, less is more when you're first applying it, or else shit can get out of hand real quick, and then you're just trying to blend out all this like really full coverage foundation on your face, and I feel like you can end up wasting a lot of product also. So this is the all over coverage of the foundation. One application, really thin layer. Whoa, 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 where are you going? This is a really thin layer of foundation all over the face, and then I added just a tiny bit more to areas that I want some more coverage, so just the center of my face and like around the chin area. But it looks really, really good. It has a nice finish to it. It's not super matte, it's not super luminous. It's a very natural finish, which I like. And you can see around the nose, it looks pretty good. This is after pressing it into the skin. If I just go in with too much product around the nose, it looks weird. So that's why I like to use a really small amount and kind of like buff it out before I go in with more. I just feel like it makes it look more natural. Look, I got it all in my hairline. That always happens to me. And it looks like my hairline's floating. I just gotta hit it with some powder. Okay, so now for under eye concealer, I'm gonna go in with what I usually go with. I did try this product out yesterday, the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer, number 105. It looked really good. I feel like it might have dried out a little bit, like directly on the under eyes throughout the day, but I need to test it out again. But I'm not gonna use it today because I wanna go with like my normal go-to stuff. So I'm gonna go in with the Shape Tape. It looks really, really nice with the Shape Tape. And this is the shade Light Neutral. So just start with a little bit here. And this is like, you know, using this foundation and then with Shape Tape, it's like, girl, this is that coverage right here. And I don't put the Shape Tape like really close to my under eye. I bring it down a little bit lower and then I buff it up towards the under eye. So now I'm just gonna buff this out and push it up towards the under eye. I've been channeling Nicki Minaj by not doing anything on the lower lash line, you know, with a wing.
Are you a Nicki or a Cardi?
I can't pick between Nicki or Cardi.
Have to.
All right, now coming in with some under eye setting powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm actually gonna use a smaller brush. I need to get another under eye brush, just right on the under eye. I don't know how people like use the Beauty Blender and just pack on powder and bake on the under eye. I literally look like 400 years old when I do that. It's bad. It does not look good on me, like at all. All right, so next I'm gonna do some highlighting, and today I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Illuminating. Again, I have that problem where it doesn't say what it is on the package. So I'm gonna use this e.l.f. highlighter. All right, so I'm gonna take some of this and, you know, just makes the skin look glazed, but I think it makes the skin look really pretty. My cheeks have been a little bit more textured lately, so I'm not going crazy on the highlight on the cheekbones. I'm just kind of not doing that because if you highlight them too much, when you got a little texture going on, it highlights the texture. So I'm just kind of doing it up here right now. Okay, and now for blush, I am gonna try out a new blush. I wanna know what this is all about. I need to step up my illuminating blush game. I love my Laura Geller ones, but I want some more like glowy blushes. I'm gonna try this product from NYX. This is an illuminating powder called Shimmer Thrill. I feel like if I just do like a light swirl, I can use this as a blush. Looks way stronger in person than it does on camera. Sounds about right. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a little bit of brightening on the under eyes using the Manna Kadar powder. This is in the shade C2. Such a great brightening powder. Using this Smashbox Buildable Cheek. I think this is actually like a blush brush, but I love to use it for like this area right here. I'm gonna take a little bit of our Fuego highlighter, DESI X Katy, and I'm going to put it just right here. Not bring it too far down. All right, now I'm going to bronze up the skin, and I'm going into my e.l.f. bronzer palette using my favorite shade, this one. This is Quadrant 3, I believe. And I'm just gonna dust it back into the hairline so my hair doesn't like fall out of my little situation all crazy. I like that this foundation doesn't have like an insanely matte finish to it. I feel like fuller coverage foundations typically have like more of a matte finish, but this one I just think looks super natural, which I love, but I still like to use illuminating products on top of it. So like a more glowy blush, a bronzer that has a little bit of shimmer in it. Because it has such a full coverage, it does make the skin look just a little bit more glowy and whatnot. Just take a little bit of this bronzer, kind of bring it in here. And then use a different bronzer because I don't want a bronzer that has shimmer in it to contour the nose area. Part of me feels like there may have been purple eyeshadow on this brush at one time. I'm gonna use a different brush. This one's a little bit fluffier. Here we go. And I typically do my brows like after I do foundations, that way I don't have to touch them in as much as I do this way, but you know, for filming purposes, I put them on before. So I'm still gonna have to go in and touch them up. All right, let's come in with a little bit of Fuego, finish off the highlighting department. All right, so the complexion is done and I think it looks really good. My tip for this is just go light with your first application, just that way you can get a feel for the product and how it's gonna look on your face. But I think it goes with my skin really well. My skin's a little bit on the drier side, but it has more of a natural finish. So I think it looks pretty good. So now I'm just gonna finish up with a light, you know, a nude lip. This is No Shade lipstick. I'm gonna go spend the day with John out and about town. All right, we got a nude lip, and I'm gonna go in with this new gloss that I've been trying out, which is amazing. This is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Champagne Glam. This is a plumping gloss, so it has that tingly feeling to it, but it's really pretty. I don't know why, but I feel the tingle more in like the Cupid's bow zone. This is a good like Saturday afternoon makeup, you know? Wearing a full coverage foundation, I can't do it with like the eyes and the lips. Like it's like, whoa! So I like to call this eye look the very vulnerable. My lower lash line is very vulnerable with this eye look because I have nothing on my lower lash line. I'll probably just put like a touch of mascara on it, just so that way I don't look like I have like powder on my lashes, you know? But I think the foundation looks really good. It doesn't look cakey. It looks lightweight. It doesn't have a smell, which is one of my favorite things about it, actually. I feel like it looks good around the nose area, but like I told you guys, if you go in with too much product, if you have larger pores, I feel like it kind of enhances it. So you gotta start little and really like push it into the skin. But other than that, I think it looks really great. And then I'm just gonna finish it off with some setting spray. This is the MAC Fix Plus Coconut. Always gotta do the tester spray first. Don't play yourself. All right, it's been a few hours since I filmed my application of the foundation. It's almost 4 o'clock. Everything still looks really good. My under eyes are a little bit drier than normal right now. My skin's starting to get a little bit oily around the T-zone area, which is very normal for me. John, what do you think of the foundation?
It's holding up pretty well.
It's holding up really well. I felt like it warms up to the skin nicely throughout the day. It's looking good. It's looking natural. Still got the full coverage happening.
It's looking hungry if you ask me.
John's hungry. All right. All right, I'm doing my last foundation check-in on the Jouer foundation, and it still looks really good. This lighting right now is a little... You talking shit about my lighting? So the foundation looks good. I already took off my lashes. I've been rubbing my eyes, so I look a little crazy, but the foundation held up really nicely throughout the day. For being so full coverage, it's very wearable. So that is my opinion on this foundation. I love it. It's not gonna be my daily, but for full coverage, you know, center of the face and mix it with Armani. Right? When you're rough? When I'm rough. When I'm feeling a little more rough, but it's a really great, very comfortable, natural looking full coverage foundation. I really like this product. It is really full coverage, but you can also get like a softer coverage if you want to do it, which is what I did today without mixing it with anything else. It's not gonna be my daily, but I feel like if I want a fuller coverage, if I'm going to an event, this is something that I'm gonna pull out and use in the center of the face, okay? That is my final review of this foundation. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Stop looking at me. I'm not having a good brow day, huh? All right. Wow, you just said you're not interested in anything I have to say ever.
Zeus?
She's so sleepy.
Zeus?
Why are you so sleepy, Zoe? Looks good. Oh, yeah, we're transferring. All right, cool. Yay. Look at those little ears. Hi, Zoe. Oh.